It's the promise of that which we are. If this time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire a desire within me, it has the wherewithal to deliver it. Haven't you noticed the resources? Where do you get this idea that you are depleting resources when you have no idea of the regenerating of resources process? In other words, you're brilliant and you're beautiful, but as humans, you have not managed to scrape enough dirt together to launch another Earth into orbit. In other words, the resources of this environment are vibrationally based. You say, oh, well, we've looked into the oil fields, and we say, no, you haven't. Anyone that says there is a depletion of oil wasn't with the geological survey team that was in Sierra Blanca, Texas, and announced to Jerry years ago that there was more oil under that land than they could ever use in several generations. They have not begun to drill it or tap it. They've not begun to utilize the resources of this planet. And even if you were fast on the track of utilizing them, you still don't understand that first it is thought, and then it is vibration, and then it is manifestation. And that's how every resource that you have got here. And there are endless more resources for endless more generations coming after you. The imbalance that you're worried about is not the imbalance that you find when you use your resources faster than they're coming in, because that can't happen. You cannot want faster than source delivers. It cannot happen. It defies law. But you can want faster than you allow. You can deprive yourself of what you want. You could get vibrationally out of whack with the resources. Don't you find it amazing? Jerry stood on the border of San Diego and Mexico and marveled at the difference in what was going on. Look at the difference. It is the same desert. It is the same climate. It has the same resources. And look at the difference in what's going on. There's something more going on. And we're telling you that what it is, it's thought, it's expectation. It's the way you are approaching your life. So don't wait around for everybody else to decide that it's all right for you to be happy. Because if you wait for a government proclamation, how soon do you think that will come? We have ridded your world of all things unpleasant, they will say to you one day. It cannot happen. It's not their job. They cannot do it. You do not need to rid the world of unpleasant things. You just need to focus on the pleasant things. And when you do, you will line up with the source within you. And when you line up with the source within you, you will be a vibrational match to the well-being that your life has caused you to create. And when you are a vibrational match to the well-being that your life has caused you to create, then you will be a living, breathing example of thriving, as you are already in comparison with so much that's going on. Nice to know. And if you ever see someone who's determined to set the world straight by finding a pocket of something that isn't going well and to use their resources to make it go well, you find that it blows back in their face every single time, because you cannot push a noodle. You cannot create in someone else's environment. You cannot give them what they are not vibrationally in alignment with, even if they want it. Even if they want it, even if they desperately need it, you cannot give them what they desperately need and have any success in it, because if they are not a vibrational match to what they are asking for, it bounces right off of them. It is vibrationally, by law of attraction, not a possible thing to do. A lot of the sadness that so many of you feel is because you thrive and you want others too, and when you see others not thriving, you feel guilty about your thriving. And we say, live the clarity of example. Thrive and tell them how you thrived. Explain to them that at first it wasn't easy for you to expect things that you hadn't already lived, but you began to use the power of your mind. You began to deliberately think and deliberately feel, and you began to notice the correlation between what you were thinking and feeling and what was coming to you. And then you were off and running, because then you understood there were no limitations, that you could be or do or have anything. And let them know that you want same for all of them, that you understand that there is no deprivation, that there is no lack, that there is no squandering, that there is no more using more than my fair share. There is none of that. There's only lining up with who life has caused me to become. And when any of you do that, you'll thrive. And when you're thriving, then you'll be the example that you've come forth to be. You can't get sick enough to help sick people get well. and you can't get poor enough to help poor people be prosperous, and you cannot become confused enough to bring clarity to the world, and you cannot become sad enough to bring joy. You cannot deprive yourself of who you are and be that which you've come forth to be. So nice to know, isn't it? We're not asking you to push against even those that push against. In other words, you know you're really an allower when you're able to allow those who aren't allowing you. Then you've really got it, which means your feelings are unhurtable, which means you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, which means you're seeing the world through connected vision. We are eager to talk with you. What do you want to talk about? Nothing off limits. Some things, some very good things. Begin right here. Yes.